bottom line is just that it sucks. Hello, how's it going? I am Allison, and today I'm going to be talking about the space that currently exists between me and my sisters. I'm not talking to my sisters right now, and I'm kind of sad about it, but at the same time, I trust this is for the best. I want to share with you what brought me to this place of having space. But first, I want to say, if you like my videos, I so like making them, and if you like tuning in, then you probably know my favorite thing in the world, coffee. And if you want to support the creation of these videos, you can buy me a coffee. Let me know if you want it to be decaf so I can stop with all of these tangents. And I would just so appreciate that, because I work really hard, and if you just want to say thank you, express your gratitude in a tangible way, you now have a place to do that. So there's a link in the description box down below if you decide that you do want to do that. Thank you in advance. If you do want to support, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you don't, that's okay too. I love you anyways. Thank you for being here. Getting back on track here, I am not talking to my sisters, but we are all the children of generational trauma. We've inherited these narcissistic fleas and these alcoholic fleas and just these dysfunctional ways of living life. And so I guess I want to start this video out by sharing what's going on in my relationship with me and my narcissistic mother, who I went no contact with about a year and a half ago. I use bunny ears because no contact and narcissistic are labels, one word that is not definitive, it is descriptive, and it describes a whole lot of complexities and does not do the whole situation justice, does not do the person justice, does not do the relationship justice. So I'm using them because you understand what I mean when I say them, but just know, these labels are just that. They're labels. I went no contact with my mom, and in that time of not speaking with her, I let go of a lot of guilt by feeling it. I came out of the fog, fear, obligation, and guilt. And I also released a whole lot of resentment. I was angry, I was blaming my family, and I can honestly say I'm not mad at them anymore. I used to be like wanting the world to understand. I've been through really hard stuff, hard times, and I'm angry about it. I'm angry that no one understands and that life is so hard for me when it doesn't appear to be so hard for everyone else. You know, I was angry, I was resentful at these people that made my life hard. And I just let that go. And I found compassion. And I think that was possible because of the space from this person who lacked compassion, who there was like this conditional love for. I was able to discover so much in the space, because when things are so close to you, you can't see them clearly. So like getting space from them, it's like, oh, okay. I think a lot of the compassion came from realizing that my mom is also the daughter of dysfunction, and her parents are the children of dysfunction, and like, you know, everyone is battling hard things, and my heart just opened. It opened in a way that's hard to explain. And then while I was no contact, something happened with my older sister, and that was a massive reason, both this compassion and realizing that it was a whole family problem. Like, I was struggling with not only my mom, but with my sisters and my dad. Not my brother. I love my brother. Thank God for him. But anyways, I realized it wasn't just my mom that messed me up. And so I decided to have contact with her again. I'm going to wrap up this update on me and my mom before jumping into my sister's situations. Things with my mom were okay until just recently, when drama started happening with my sisters, and she started bringing that up to me. She'd be like, hey, how was your weekend? And then before I responded, your sister did this, 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 and this, and blah, 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 blah. And then I wouldn't respond, and she'd say, but right, didn't you do this weekend? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, her true colors are showing again, and I am just like leaving space there in those moments. And I don't know what the future holds for us, or any of us, for my whole family, but at the time being, that's how it is. And I want to share that I feel like a lot of people ebb and flow with their relationships with their family members, and that's okay. You can decide to go no contact righteously forever, and then realize that like it doesn't have to last forever. You can go back anytime. And if you do, and you decide, oh, actually I did that and I should do that again, maybe forever, maybe not, maybe just, you know, continuously go through these different chapters. We're all winging it. We all just got to do what's best for us in the moment. So that's what's happening there. Backtrack a little bit. What happened with my older sister? I'm not going to go into too much detail because this isn't her channel. She's not sharing her life. But there was a situation, let's just say, and she was like, I need you to believe me in a variety of different ways. She was telling me what to think and believe and say and do, and I could not do anything but just like look at her like this. Like, I couldn't speak up because what I had to say was not what she was telling me to say. And if I did, you know, it would cause waves, and I didn't want to cause waves because I was concerned. And so I just didn't do anything. And then, you know, other family members did, because in my family, you see, like, the communication isn't there. There's like a one-way communication happening. It's like, hey, this is what I think. And then on the other end, there's like no communication. It's like, yeah. And then the lack of communication causes this explosion. When why couldn't there just be this open, like, okay, you're saying this and I'm saying this. Let's come to a compromise. But there's none of that. And I tried to implement that with my other sister, and it didn't work. And I don't think it can work when things are so broken. I hope I'm not losing you here. I'll get to that in a second. But there was no communication. There's an explosion. Explosion backfired. I'm getting very vague. And yeah, I ended up getting involved, even though I didn't think that it was gonna work. I didn't think anything was gonna work. I felt this despair feeling that I know so frickin' well. And now I'm not talking to my older sister. And she has children who I love so much, like more than anything. These little innocent children who are being born into this generationally traumatized family lineage, family tree. Like, oh my God. I think of them when I make these videos. Them and all the other kids out there who are little, being raised in this crap, and are gonna have to come to these realizations themselves one day. I wanna help them. I wanna help them. I wanna help the world. Anyways, I'm not talking to my older sister, and I don't think I will for a while, and I think that's for the best, because I want to help her, but I can't, because I can't be open with her. I can't speak my mind. She wants me to be on her side, and I have to get there myself. You can't force my hand anymore. But I let people do that for so long, especially in my family, that now that I don't, I think they're like really mad about it. They're like, but in a nutshell, that's my perspective. I can't be myself in this dynamic. I feel these awful feelings in this dynamic. I need space from said dynamic. Yeah. I really think it's so important, this space that I'm talking about. And then hopefully if you take the space before things explode, they won't explode. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot of feelings of regret in this dynamic. A lot of like, oh, if I would have done things just a little bit differently, I don't know, things could have been different, but they're not. It's a human trap. It's a human mind trap to think that you can change what has passed, and you can't. Don't spend any time there, okay? Because you just can't. It's simple. Moving on to the situation with my other sister. There's so much I have to say about this, but getting down to the bottom line is just that it sucks. I have so much faith in her, like more than anyone. It's endless, it's infinite. My love for her and my support for her is infinite. It's so solid too. When everyone else in the world, I think, is like questioning, can she do it? I'm like, yes, she can. I just know it. I know it. But I'm getting vague again. Really, like, this is just love. I have so much love for her, and there's too much hurt there at the same time. So she can't see it. She can't see and feel my love for her, and I can't force her to see it. There's so much history and hurt there in our relationship that we simply can't just fight through it and release it right now. We can't see the love that's there for the pure, like, crazy depth, wonderfulness that it is. My words not working. Because there are no words for this particular dynamic. There's just feelings. There's love and there's pain, and I just hope that a little bit of space is what we need to be able to feel the love. What I touched on talking about my other sister is communication, and I've been talking to my cousin, and she's like, try, you know, when she comes at you with all of these feelings, saying all of these things, I just want to be like, okay, it's okay. But, you know, she needs something. And so my cousin was like, try to say, okay, I hear that you're saying this, I'm saying this, you know, hear her, but also don't walk on eggshells. Say what you want to say. But no communication technique in the world, I think, could help us right now. I really believe that. There's no advice I could give to anyone besides, this isn't working. And you gotta stop. Okay. So the problem here is that she feels so triggered by me, and she is projecting a lot of inner critic stuff at me. So her inner critic is saying all these things to her, and she thinks that I'm saying them to her. She doesn't fully accept and love herself, and she thinks that I don't fully accept and love her. And she thinks it's because I'm the lost child and she's a scapegoat. On her end, she thinks that I am not really there for her. And, you know, it's another case where maybe I should have had this space happen sooner, because I haven't been fully there for her. I can't, because I feel like all these projections coming my way, and I'm like, that's not me, it's not true. And I'm trying to say that, but I can't, because the communication isn't there. There's no channel of communication. And so I think that this should have happened a long time ago as well. But I've been fighting it because you just want it to work out, you know? There, a couple things that I want to touch on is narcissism is studied in research as defined by 3 things: a lack of empathy for others, an inflated sense of self, and entitlement to the degree of exploiting others. And it all kind of wraps together for this recipe, disastrous recipe. You know, you think so highly of yourself, or at least so self-centered, much of yourself, that you disregard other people and their needs, and having compassion for them, and you put your needs first and exploit other people, or put down other people's needs, you know. Another personality disorder is borderline personality disorder, and I think that children of narcissists, another label, I don't like labeling someone as a narcissist. They are a human, okay? They are narcissistic. They display these traits. Children of narcissistic individuals, spouses of narcissistic individuals, they display borderline traits often. It is CPTSD, it appears like borderline. Borderline has trouble regulating their emotions and regulating relationships because the emotions are flying so high. And they don't have a strong self-concept, a sense of who they are. And maybe they have that sense of who they are, they have their values, but they behave in a way that's like different than their values, that goes against their values. So they're like, who am I really? Am I like this person who I am, or am I what I do? Self-concept is really challenged when people, like narcissistic individuals, are putting down your values, who you really are, and bringing out the worst in you, bringing to light bad behavior, projecting their own shame and bad behaviors and problems onto you. That's why children of narcissistic individuals and addicts show up kind of borderline-y. But that is just a way of life, and we can learn how to handle it and handle life better. So having a strong self-concept is definitely, I'd say, where to begin, and where to begin healing and recognizing where our relationships are dysregulated and our emotions are dysregulated. Those are signs and signals. And instead of letting a relationship dynamic trigger these crazy emotions within you and make you question who you are, press pause, take a deep breath, and use it to learn what's going on with them. What are they thinking? What am I thinking? Where are these feelings coming from? And it's not going to become clear to you overnight, but over time, if you explore your relationships yourself within hard dynamics and within all the other dynamics in your life, you're going to figure out who you are, what's going on, and be able to better move forth into the world. I hope that I'm making sense here. So I don't usually like to get personal on this channel. I like to keep it vague because I feel like our dynamics, all of our lives, they can be kind of generalized and we can connect to each other. Even though we haven't been through exactly the same thing, you guys understand. I know it. I know you understand, at least to a degree. And you can use what I'm going through to reflect on what you're going through, and we can all learn in this together. But also because I can't speak for them. I can't speak for my siblings and for my mom and for my family. I'm speaking from my point of view. And I can't convince you that my point of view isn't delusional. You know, maybe it's all wrong. But I'm strengthening my self-concept, and I'm pretty sure I have a solid grasp on what's going on nowadays. I can assure you I haven't always. But I was going through some stuff. So I just want to let you know that this is my experience. This was a very personal video, and one in which I opened up more than usual. And I think it's good to do that every now and then. You know, there's so much shame involved in airing your dirty laundry in public. There's so much secrecy growing up. And I lately have been feeling like, why does this have to be a secret? Why can't I just open up about it? It's what's happening. It's my life. You know, why can't I talk about it? So I'm talking about it, but I'm not, you know, criminalizing anyone in my family. I don't resent them. I have so much love for them, and I do hope right now that we can have relationships, all of us, in the future. Not like all of them, but me with each of them, because you know, I used to not want to, like, out of righteousness, out of like, yeah, but nowadays I just have so much love in my heart that I just want us to all get better and love each other, and that be that. And I know it's never gonna be that simple, but yeah, I love them. I just want to end on that note because I don't know, I feel like at the end of the day that is the end note. Like, you guys get it. There's all this drama, there's this crap, maybe there's space, but at the end of the day there is a love there. That's what makes it so freaking hard, right? But yeah, so check out my coffee page if you like this video. If you like this video, thank you. I'm glad. Sometimes I feel bad putting out, like, not full positivity into the world, but I feel like the world needs this too. So let's lighten the mood a little, shall we? Oh boy. Hi. Oh. Okay. Peace out. Hey, tell him to buy me a coffee. Buy her a coffee. Meow. Okay. No. Okay. Never mind. What am I trying to say? She gave me this bunny. She gave me this. She made me this. It says, Hakuna Matata. It means no worries. Ain't no passing phase. Okay. Now I'm just like sitting here with all of my things. Oh my god, this is our tattoo. Okay. Get it together. Get it together. Get it together. See you next time.